Even the ancient Greeks knew about the struggle in the human mind between good and evil, right and wrong. So they had this idea about these. They knew that these were both forces occupied in the human being. And people needed to be able to deal with it. Now, Freud talked about eros, Thanatos, the living instinct, eros, and Thanatos, the instinct of death. So he talked about this in great detail, how we all have this feeling, this fight for life, and also an instinct for death. He called them drives. There was the drive for life, healthy, safe, to sex, to propagate the human race.
Joy.
Joy. All these different things is part of the eros, part of the health.
It keeps you aware, present, and makes you feel, experience.
Love, cooperation.
Communication.
Collaboration. All of these things came about, and he knew we all had an instinct for this, but we also have a self-destructive, harmful to others, a death instinct.
Harmful to ourselves.
He called it Thanatos.
Death.
Fear, anger, hate.
Judgment.
This is, a lot of children have this, and because we all have this at certain levels, and sometimes we can't control it. They all go through the dark side, the urge to be a goth for a bit.
That's why we have to establish balance.
And we have to be able to look at this as the instinct inside us, these drives. This is what Freud called them. So we have to understand this, and we have to learn to battle our shadow and to feed the good.
Build integrity, harmony.
Not just feed
I'm
the
going to
bad.
stay in this safe range where he can't physically attack me, but I'm going to hurt him by boxing his shadow. Todd throws a jab, strike, add an uppercut. I can reach and choke, 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 choke. I can go for the groin, squeeze it, twist it, shake, 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 shake. Once I've done all that, go for a sweep. And as always, once you're done, always re-stomp the shadow groin.
So there's lots of reasons you could have rage attacks. Depression, anxiety, feeling out of control of your life, or invisible to the people you love. So many fun reasons. For me, I found that when I suddenly find myself filled with anger with no discernible reason, it's often because I've had poor boundaries.
This is so annoying, but it is so true, and I'm pretty sure you can relate to this, but other people are a reflection of who we are, and oftentimes what annoys us or frustrates us about other people, it's actually a quality that we have within ourselves. Actually, it is very, very, very true.
What are you laughing at, Dave?
Just laughing. I don't know, I'm not laughing at you.
Are you laughing with me? Because I'm not laughing.
Whether by being polite and agreeing to something I don't want to do. Hey, do you mind helping me get rid of this body? Yeah, of course I can. Or allowing someone to negate my emotions. Wow, that makes me really upset. No, it doesn't. Well, yes, it does. No.
How other people are a reflection of who we are. Man, I had a teacher in my time, not gonna say when or where, but he used to get very frustrated and very angry towards people who had big egos. He used to say, oh yeah, you know, like, egos are horrible, you should never have a big ego, and blah, 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 blah. Yet that man had one of the biggest egos himself, and it was crazy because I always used to look at him like during classes and think to myself, oh my god, he hates other people with like really big egos, yet the man is not aware that he has a really big ego himself. And it was such an insane, mind-blowing thing to me because I was an observer and I was like, can he not see that like what he hates is actually a part of himself too?
So I'm available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings with the occasional Saturday morning, but absolutely no 2 consecutive consecutive nights in a row. Though I am okay with a morning following evening, provided that you weren't drinking the night before, and if you were, mints are 100% necessary.
Wow, okay, let me just take some notes here.
Also, missionary preferred, other positions available, but it really depends on how inebriated I am. And if you're
Other people in this incredible life, other people are like mirrors to us. Other people reflect back to us of, you know, our worst qualities, our best qualities. I, you know, love people who are like very cheerful and easy.
Hey Anna, do you want to fight crime tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go.
Right now?
Crime never sleeps, and neither will we!
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go right now.
Okay, let's go.
The pot calling the kettle black is a situation in which one person accuses another of a fault or faults that they themselves possess.
Am I in line, Dr. Rydell, or is this guy pushing me?
Well, how do you feel, Chuck?
I went from happy to angry. Skip said, now I feel like kicking his ass. Then we'll see who's laughing, huh? What? You think you're better than me? Because you've got both your nuts? No. All right, man, all right. Come on, big boy.
For instance, if one person who is selfish accuses another person of being selfish, we would call this the pot calling the kettle black.
Oftentimes we attract people into our lives who are supposed to mirror and reflect back to us our shadow qualities in a way, like our not such pretty qualities.
It is possible to assert yourself without being a dick.
Hey, I'm sorry. I would love to help you get rid of this body, but it seems like it's just gonna be a really like physically taxing thing, and I've just got too much work on my plate right now.
So we all have people in our lives that trigger us, or as we call it, push our buttons. But the buttons that are pushed actually for us are lessons that we need to learn. So it's not that it's their fault or what they're doing. It's actually the internal work that we have to do on ourselves.
Boundaries are these weird, invisible, and symbolic fences that are meant to allow us to protect and assert our authentic selves. And they're in every facet of our lives. I mean, we have emotional boundaries, physical boundaries, spiritual and intellectual boundaries, and of course, sexual boundaries. Some being stronger than others.
Pretty boy. Woo!
All right. Is it worth going back to the penitentiary, Chuck? So he's laughing at you.
I'm not laughing at him.
So look into your life and see what buttons are being pushed in you, and then you know what you need to work on.
More often than not, what angers us most in others is a reflection of what we struggle with inside ourselves. We call it the shadow.
That makes me really upset. No, it doesn't. Well, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Oh. Okay.
Anger is a needed emotion that basically is used for us to retaliate, for protection. But through retaliation, we get angry at things, and it creates a fire inside the amygdala and the limbic system throughout the entire body.
Anger can be used also to being transformed into willpower, into helping us for being able to carry on, to continue moving forward. Never make a decision in an angry state.
Anger is an emotion that is not of logic, and it will not help you to make life decisions when you're angry. The Chinese would tell us that anger comes from the liver, and anger hits the liver, and the liver makes us angry, and the anger hurts the liver.
Because
there's an entwinement there.
Our liver is full of toxins, and until we cannot get rid of that will create an angry state.
So we have to be able to control our anger. I made a little video here with electroceuticals to help to sedate the liver and to sedate the amygdala. Let the emotion of anger subside as you watch.
Forgive me, El Guapo. I know that I, Jefe, do not have your superior intellect and education. But could it be that once again, you are angry at something else and are looking to take it out on me?
37, 31, 32, 33.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
36, 37.
What? What are we looking at? God!
42, 43, 44.
Rip the Q section out of my dictionary, because I don't know the meaning of the word quit.
You
can't say that and just walk out. No, you didn't. You walked out, you screamed, and you yelled about your alarm. You're the one that's been ruining your life. Me!
51, 15, 15, 4.
No. Victoria's taking over.
Mark!
He's wired in. Sorry? He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
55.
I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Sorry, Daddy. I didn't mean to drop it.
What the definition of insanity is? No! Do you? Yes, it's the inability to relate to another human being. It's the inability to love.
Did you leave because you were mad at me?
No. I just needed a few minutes to count my blessings.
Anger is always conquered by love, by kindness. You can help it with some meditation, mindfulness. Take every day a little time, a few moments to count your blessings instead of being angry. Feel the love for your family, for your family members. Feel how blessed you are for having everything what you have in this moment.
Anger is a reaction, and it's a mindless reaction. So recognize, don't give into the anger. Learn to control it, learn to recognize it. Use this video as often as you can to help control yourself.
Transform,
learn to control your anger.
Transform your anger into willpower, effort, strength.
Clean up your liver. Get a healthy liver. Get a healthy mind.
A healthy thought, a healthy decision. Never make life decisions in an angry, sick state.
And take care of your body and mind, and your spirit, and the environment, and your network of social family.